Ever wonder why some people seem more susceptible to scams than others? Like, what makes someone an easy target?
Right.
We're going to dig into that today, looking at the link between empathy and scam vulnerability. We're diving into some fascinating research from psychologists and scam experts, and let me tell you, some of this stuff is pretty shocking.
Yeah. It might surprise you to learn that scammers often go after people who are, well, just really empathetic and sensitive.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
So you're saying those positive traits, like being caring and compassionate, can actually make you a bigger target for these people?
It's kind of counterintuitive, but yeah, those very traits that we value in good people are the same things these manipulators exploit.
Okay, I did not see that coming. That's kind of blowing my mind. So how does that work exactly?
Well, think about it. Empaths, people who are really tuned in to others' emotions, they're naturally drawn to helping others. They want to see the good in everyone.
Right.
And scammers, they pick up on that. They use it to their advantage.
So if you're someone who's quick to trust, maybe you put other people's needs before your own, you might be more likely to fall for a scam.
Exactly. And it goes even deeper than that. We're talking about people who have a hard time saying no, people who feel drawn to, like, fixing other people's problems, or those who feel overly responsible for other people's well-being.
Huh.
These are all, like, qualities scammers look for in a potential target.
So it's almost like having a big heart can be a liability in these situations. That's unsettling, to say the least.
It really is. And to make matters worse, scammers, they know how to weaponize an empath's natural inclination to help.
Oh, no.
Let's say someone hesitates to give money or feels a bit wary. A scammer might lay on the guilt trip, accusing them of not caring enough.
Oh, wow. So we see how empathy can make someone vulnerable, but how do these scammers actually operate? Like, how do they find and target their victims? What's their playbook?
Well, it often starts with them creating a persona, something designed to really hook your empathy.
Okay.
They use online dating sites, social media, even just those random friend requests we all get.
Oh, right.
Those are their hunting grounds.
So they create these fake profiles, these elaborate stories, hoping someone will bite.
Exactly. They might say they're down on their luck, maybe facing a financial crisis or dealing with some family tragedy.
Oh, wow.
These stories are crafted to really tug at your heartstrings, make you feel sympathetic.
Yeah, I can see that working. People generally want to be helpful, especially if someone's going through a tough time.
Right, and that's what makes it so effective. It plays on our desire to connect and offer support.
Yeah.
Once the scammer has your attention, they start testing the waters.
Oh.
Maybe they ask for a small favor or share a story to gauge your empathy levels.
So they're looking for people who are not only empathetic, but also, like, quick to offer help, even to a stranger.
Exactly. It's like they're looking for the people who are most likely to say yes, even if it's something they wouldn't normally do.
Yeah.
And once they've identified a potential victim, then they turn up the charm.
Uh-huh.
This is where tactics like love bombing come into play. They shower their target with affection, compliments, even declarations of love.
Love bombing. I've heard that term before. But what does that look like in practice?
It's about creating an intense emotional connection very quickly. So imagine, like, being bombarded with compliments, constant messages, maybe even gifts.
Right.
For someone who's naturally empathetic, craves that connection, this can feel incredibly validating.
Yeah, it's like they're fulfilling a need, even if it's subconscious. But this is all just manipulation, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's a way for the scammer to gain their victim's trust fast and make them feel special, even loved.
Wow.
This emotional high makes it harder for the victim to see those red flags, even when they start to show up.
So we're talking about someone falling for a carefully constructed facade. They think they found a genuine connection, but it's all a lie designed to exploit them. This is all just so disturbing. But, okay, knowing what we know now, how can we protect ourselves? It feels like we're walking this tightrope between, like, being open to connecting with people, but also guarding ourselves against these kinds of predators.
It's a great question. And it is a balance, We all have to find that. The good news is there are things you can do, practical steps you can take.
Okay, yeah, let's hear it. I'm sure our listeners are ready for some advice right now.
It starts with setting good boundaries. You have to remember, it's okay to say no. Like, truly.
Yeah.
You are not obligated to give to anyone, especially if it makes you uncomfortable.
That makes sense. But that can be easier said than done sometimes, especially for those people who are naturally giving.
Oh, absolutely. It takes practice.
Yeah.
But you have to prioritize your own well-being, and that's where trusting your instincts comes in.
Oh, you mean like that gut feeling?
Yeah, exactly. If something feels off, you can't ignore it. Our gut, our intuition, it's a powerful tool. It picks up on those subtle things that maybe our conscious mind misses.
So even if it's just a little alarm bell, going off in your head, it's worth paying attention to.
For sure. Don't dismiss it as being overly suspicious. It's always, always better to be cautious, especially when it comes to your safety.
That's good advice for life in general, if you ask me. So boundaries, intuition, what else? What else can we do to protect ourselves? Especially like in those early stages when a scam might not be so obvious?
Don't be afraid to ask questions. Talk to a friend, family member, even a therapist, someone who can give you an objective perspective and help you see the situation more clearly, without that emotional cloudiness.
Right, because scammers thrive on that, right?
Yeah,
Like, two heads are better than one.
exactly. And this should go without saying, but be so careful online. Don't share personal information, especially financial details, with someone you've never met face to face.
Yeah.
Huge red flag.
I feel like that's such a crucial point, though. It's so easy to let our guard down online, especially if we're, feeling lonely or isolated.
You're so right. Scammers prey on that.
Yeah.
Our need for connection.
This has been such an eye-opening conversation. We've talked about how empathy can make us vulnerable, the manipulative tactics that scammers use, and, most importantly, some practical ways to protect ourselves.
Remember, awareness is key. The more we know about how these scams work, the better we can spot those warning signs.
So true. And if anything from our deep dive today resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself. Share this information. Talk to your friends, your family, your colleagues. Let's spread awareness and help each other navigate the complexities of, well, life both online and offline.
Absolutely. Knowledge is power. The more we know, the better we can protect ourselves and the people we care about.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Until next time, stay informed, stay vigilant, and trust your gut.